Hey there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Snowflake Cortex, their like embedded LLM, to generate these like AI executive summaries off of your data. Really practical if you have like a bunch of data that maybe like accounts or opportunities in Snowflake and you want to get some summary on like a weekly basis on the latest updated opportunities or accounts or leads, for example. Really nifty. Definitely something that executives love. So what we're going to be using today is Snowflake Cortex. I'm going to be working out of Fabi. It's just easier and you can like automate your workflows from here, but theoretically you could also do what I'm going to show you today with like an IDE and like a little bit of elbow grease and some cron jobs as well. So let's start with the end result of what we're going to be building here. This is a report and you can see here I have some data. This is all synthetic data. And for a fake company called Superdope, and it's just showing me the product category: jeans, hats, swimwear, and then we have like a rating and a review. And what I'm going to be doing is taking this data, ingesting it, and then again using Cortex, we're going to be creating the summary that's up here. So this is all fully AI generated. It says, okay, here's the summary by category. Mixed reviews for jeans, common positives, good fit, comfort, quality. And so on and so forth, negative, poor fit, et cetera. And then down here, it also shares some overall trends, which is super helpful. Products generally receive either very positive or very negative ratings. And then what else we see here? Common issues across categories include durability and fit problems. High-rated items typically feature good quality, comfort, and style, and so on and so forth. So again, you can do this kind of executive summary on, opportunities or accounts with like notes fields, for example, or recent customer calls, pretty much anything that you could imagine actually. So let's go ahead and dive into how we built this. So I'm going to go to the underlying SmartBook, and I've connected Fabi already in this case to Snowflake. So actually, let me hide this for a second. So I've connected Fabi to Snowflake already, and I just went here, added a source, hooked this up, and I have this table. It's a very simple table that has the list of, it's what I just showed you here, so product category, rating, and review. And where we're going to start now with Cortex is down here in this cell. So I'm going to break this down for you. And then what we did is we took the output of this cell and then passed it to Python to clean it up. So let's first start with what we're doing here. This is, I want to bring your attention here to this CTE here, where the first thing that we're doing is we're taking, actually, let me take a bit of a step back. We're going to be using the Cortex complete function. And there may be able to take a table, but I think, I'm pretty sure it requires either like a text or a JSON to pass to the LLM. And so I effectively, and again, there may be a different way to do this, which I haven't found yet, but I'm effectively trying to take this table here and then put that in a JSON that I can then give to the LLM. So actually, I'm going to start with the end here rather than go to the CTE for a second. Is I'm in this complete function saying that I want to use Claude Sonnet, and this is the prompt effectively. And then we're going to be passing the content, which is combined reviews. And combined reviews, again, I'm going to be passing as a JSON. So I think there's different ways to handle this, but that's the approach I'm taking here. And the way I'm building this combined reviews JSON is I'm going up here into the CTE. I'm querying my table, so that's just my product reviews table, and I'm using this toJSON function to effectively build this structure with product category, rating, and review. I will call out that I am limiting this to the top 10 reviews. Of course, if you're doing this with like recent opportunities or customer accounts, and that's what you're summarizing, you probably want to sort by recency or filter by recency. I haven't played with the limits here. I will say though, like this can be a little bit slow. So you probably don't want to be passing thousands of records. I'm not sure how it handles that. I think it does it in batch, but you probably want to try to restrict this as much as possible. So it's probably best to, in my kind of limited experience here with Cortex, it's probably best to like try to chunk the data down to like the smallest possible size of the data that you want to go and summarize. So that's my kind of like anecdote from playing around with this for just a little bit here. So again, I'm constructing the JSON, I'm passing that back. As a matter of fact, you can see here I'm passing back the original JSON as the input. It's just this like kind of blob, and then it's returning a summary, which is also a JSON blob. So this, you could probably use SQL, some SQL sort of jujitsu here to make this readable, but I want to go and pass this to a report in Fabi, or I want to maybe go and send this to as an email or a Slack alert or something like that. So I effectively have to parse out this summary as a text field. And the way I do that is I found it much more convenient to do in Python. As a matter of fact, I cheated. I used our AI here. So I said parse out the summary from data frame 1 and print as a readable text. And actually pretty cool. It in the agent came up with a plan here, and then it wrote some code. And it actually said that works, but I noticed that the output is in JSON format. Let me modify it, and it actually cleaned it up for me. And that's what it produced here, which I found super, super neat. So this is how I got it. So again, I'm passing data frame 1. It should be passed down here. It's just grabbing that field, since it's just a single field, and it's cleaning everything up for me and producing this, this executive summary. Now from here, if you want, you can, I have other videos that I'll link to that you can use this output to like push to Slack automatically on some regular cadence. So again, really neat way, in my opinion, to leverage Snowflake Cortex to create these executive summaries or insights and sort of like push them out to the team via various channels. I'm sort of learning Cortex here. I've just probably scratched the surface. So I'd love to hear if you have any feedback or if you have any experience with it or tips. I will link to a post as well that has some of the code here. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Thanks for listening.